Happening now, New York receives federal approval for a $37.4 million expansion of EV charging networks. And New York's first cell and gene therapy hub is set to propel cancer research. Plus, Congressman Nick Langworthy introduces the Safeway Home Act.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us, Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, on the afternoon of October 12, 2023, at approximately 12:06 p.m., law enforcement officers conducted a routine traffic stop along Route 394 in the town of Randolph, New York. The subject of the stop, Charles W. Riddle, age 37 and a resident of Randolph, was subsequently taken into custody. Upon further investigation, it was revealed that Riddle had an active bench warrant issued by the town of Ellington Court. The warrant, issued for unspecified charges, prompted deputies to take action, leading to Riddle's apprehension. Following his arrest, Charles W. Riddle was transferred to the custody of the New York State Police, where he will face further legal proceedings related to the outstanding warrant. The case is expected to progress in the city of Ellington Court. Well, in other news, on the morning of October 14, 2023, law enforcement officials in Salamanca, New York, arrested Emery L. Jacobs, a 23-year-old resident of 69 Iroquois Drive in Salamanca, New York, 14779. The apprehension came as a result of deputies attempting to execute an active arrest warrant issued by Cattaraugus County Family Court. Emery L. Jacobs was taken into custody at approximately 11:47 a.m. following the warrant execution. The specific charges against Jacobs were identified as FCAVO, which pertains to Family Court Act violations. After being apprehended, Jacobs was transported to the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office Jail in Salamanca, where he will remain in custody pending further legal proceedings. Well, in other news, in an incident occurring at approximately 12:10 p.m. on October 14, 2023, Zachary F. McMahon, age 29 from Buffalo, New York, was taken into custody by the City of Salamanca Police Department. The arrest came as a result of an encounter unrelated to the subsequent charges filed against him. Upon investigation, authorities uncovered an active bench warrant issued by the town of Red House Court for McMahon's arrest. Following the arrest, McMahon was presented before the City of Salamanca Court, where he received the decision to be remanded to the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office Jail, where he now awaits further legal proceedings. Well, in other news, Austin I. Fisher, 24, was taken into custody after an alleged domestic dispute took place in front of two children, aged 3 and 5. Fisher faces 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, along with charges of criminal contempt in the 2nd degree and criminal mischief in the 4th degree. During the alleged dispute, a wall was damaged, and it was discovered that a valid order of protection was in place at the time. Mr. Fisher was apprehended without any further incident. He was subsequently transported to the village of South Dayton Court for arraignment. Following the arraignment, Fisher was remanded to the Cattaraugus County Jail on a bail set at $5,000. He is scheduled to appear in court on a later date to address the charges brought against him. As WNY News Now continues, New York's first cell and gene therapy hub is set to propel cancer research. And later, Congressman Nick Langworthy introduces the Safeway Home Act. Stay with us as WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
In a move toward fostering the adoption of electric vehicles, also known as EVs, New York State has garnered approval from the Federal Highway Administration to expand its electric vehicle charging network. This development allows the state to access its next allocation of $37.4 million from the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program, also known as NEVI, supporting the state's efforts to construct an extensive network of fast charging stations for EVs. Governor Hochul emphasizes the importance of these funds in the collaboration between the state's Department of Transportation and Power Authority in creating a state-of-the-art charging infrastructure that encourages EV ownership and reduces reliance on traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. This approval follows a strategic agreement between the State Department of Transportation and the New York Power Authority to allocate the initial installment of approximately $20 million from the NEVI funds. The focus of this allocation is to address the remaining charging station gaps along major state highways, enabling easier access to charging facilities for motorists. The Power Authority will leverage its Evolve New York Fast Charging Infrastructure Program to identify and install charging stations within at least 20 designated NEVI program gap areas along key state highways. These installations are expected to be completed by the end of 2024. Furthermore, the State Department of Transportation will explore additional avenues, including public-private partnerships, to expand the geographic coverage of publicly accessible charging infrastructure and support the creation of charging infrastructure for medium and heavy-duty vehicles. The NEVI program, established as part of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act of 2021, provides dedicated federal funding to states for the strategic deployment of Level 3 direct current fast charging infrastructure for EVs. It aims to create an interconnected network of reliable charging stations, especially near interstate highway exits. New York is set to receive $175 million over 5 years, contingent on its annual updated plan submitted to the Federal Highway Administration. Marie-Therese Dominguez, New York State Department of Transportation Commissioner, emphasizes the importance of encouraging electric vehicle usage as part of building a climate-friendly transportation system. The Department of Transportation proudly supports this initiative, considering it a vital step in combating global warming and making EVs a more attractive option for motorists. Justin E. Driscoll, President and CEO of the New York Power Authority, highlights the significance of this funding in accelerating the development of DC fast charging infrastructure to help New York achieve its carbon reduction goals. The partnership between the Power Authority and the Department of Transportation is instrumental in expanding the Evolve New York charging network, making EV travel more accessible and convenient throughout the state. Elected representatives, including Paul Tonko, Brian Higgins, and Richie Torres, emphasize the importance of investments in electric vehicle charging infrastructure as a means to revolutionize the transportation sector, lower costs for consumers, reduce emissions, and advance climate goals. New York's National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Plan, developed through collaboration among various state agencies, aims to provide New Yorkers with a comprehensive network of fast charging stations to facilitate EV travel across the state. Through the Evolve New York program, the New York Power Authority has already installed high-speed chargers along major travel corridors, making it easier for New Yorkers to find fast chargers and continue their journeys quickly. This program is accessible to various EV models and supports the state's commitment to reducing carbon emissions and promoting cleaner air and healthier communities. New York State's substantial $1 billion investment in electrifying its transportation sector aligns with its climate and clean energy plan, focusing on reducing carbon emissions and pollution from vehicles, particularly in underserved areas. This investment includes initiatives like EV Make Ready, Evolve New York, the Drive Clean Rebate, the New York Truck Voucher Incentive Program, NYTVIP, and federal funding under the NEVI program. Well, in other news, Governor Kathy Hochul has revealed plans for New York's first cell and gene therapy hub to be housed at the renowned Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center in Buffalo, Erie County. The $98 million investment represents a significant milestone in the quest for life-saving therapies and positions New York at the forefront of groundbreaking medical advancements. This initiative also aligns with Governor Hochul's 2023 State of the State vision, which aims to elevate the state's life science sector. The future of medicine is in cell and gene therapy, and this new hub at Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center will put Western New York and all of New York State at the cutting edge of life-saving treatments and therapies, Governor Hochul declared. In my State of the State address, I committed to investing in fast-growing sectors like the life sciences, and thanks to a $30 million state investment, Roswell's new facility will help to solidify our state's future in the field, create 21st century jobs, and provide hope to generations of New Yorkers who rely on these critical treatments. Empire State Development will contribute $30 million to bolster Roswell's therapeutic cell production facility, expanding its current capacity from 6 to 20 specialized clean rooms. This transformation will establish it as the largest academic cell and gene therapy research and manufacturing facility in the United States, streamlining the path from research to production and nurturing the growth of startup companies in the field. Furthermore, it is anticipated to stimulate private investment, enhance the state's talent pool, and foster collaborations with biopharma companies. Roswell Park's focus will be on the development of cell and gene therapies to combat solid tumors, a crucial advancement in the realm of cancer research. The current cancer-fighting cell therapies primarily target liquid tumors, such as leukemia and lymphoma. However, recent successes have demonstrated that cell therapies can yield durable responses for over 80% of patients with specific blood-based malignancies. This expansion aims to broaden the scope, addressing solid tumors, including those of the breast, colon, and lung, which are more prevalent. Roswell Park's president and CEO, Candace S. Johnson, emphasized the significance of this development, stating, "Governor Hochul and Empire State Development are securing a healthier, more hopeful future for New Yorkers. The most respected and accomplished experts in cell therapy put their passion to work at Roswell Park because they can innovate at Roswell Park in ways they simply cannot anywhere else. And that means unparalleled scope and resources benefiting Roswell Park patients." Chair of the Roswell Park Board of Directors, Alicia Eve, further commended the partnership and support from the state, highlighting the creation of one of the most comprehensive programs of its kind globally. Cell and gene therapy stands out as one of the fastest growing fields in life sciences, and New York is uniquely poised to play a pivotal role in its development. By reprogramming patient cells to repair the underlying causes of diseases or combat tumors, cell and gene therapy offers promising solutions in treating various conditions. New York currently ranks in the top 3 for NIH grants, the number of patents, and the number of cell and gene therapy clinical trials, making it a prime location for such endeavors. Well, in other news, Congressman Nick Langworthy, who represents New York's 23rd Congressional District, has taken action to address the safety concerns of American citizens in Israel by introducing the Safeway Home Act. The proposed legislation seeks to redirect resources currently allocated for housing illegal immigrants in the United States towards the evacuation of American citizens from conflict zones, particularly Israel. Recent events in Israel, marked by a series of brutal terrorist attacks, have heightened the urgency of ensuring the safety and well-being of U.S. citizens residing in the region. Congressman Langworthy expressed his concern, stating, "In the wake of the barbaric terrorist attacks in Israel, the United States must do everything we can to ensure the safety and well-being of our citizens in the region." One of the primary criticisms raised by Representative Langworthy is the perceived neglect of American citizens in Israel by the Biden administration. He highlighted the disparity between the significant expenditures allocated for housing illegal immigrants and the limited support provided to Americans in Israel. Currently, the administration offers loans for tickets on foreign airlines as a means of evacuation, which Representative Langworthy deems insufficient. The Safeway Home Act, as proposed by Congressman Langworthy, aims to address this imbalance by reassigning funds from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Shelter and Services Program. These reallocated resources will support the establishment of a crisis evacuation program within the U.S. Department of State. The program's primary objective is to facilitate the safe return of American citizens from conflict areas, including Israel, and to respond to future emergencies. In a show of bipartisan support, Congressman Langworthy has garnered the backing of several co-sponsors for the Safeway Home Act. Notable members of the House of Representatives who have joined as original co-sponsors include Representatives Byron Donalds, who represents Florida's 19th District, Elise Stefanik, who represents New York's 21st District, Claudia Tenney, who represents New York's 24th District, Nicole Malliotakis, who represents New York's 11th District, Randy Weber, who represents Texas' 14th District, Greg Stube, who represents Florida's 17th District, Kat Kamick, who represents Florida's 3rd District, Doug Lamborn, who represents Colorado's 5th District, and Troy Balderson, who represents Ohio's 12th District. Well, coming up next, a former court clerk has been sentenced to jail and restitution for embezzlement and record alteration. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. First, I start off with the NOAA 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, which spans October 24th through October 28th, and the Climate Prediction Center continues to favor above average temperatures across the region, western New York and northern Pennsylvania, heading into the end of October with temperatures possibly 50 to 60% above average. Our average temperature for this time of year is in upper 50s, so we could be talking about temperatures by the end of the next week in the mid to upper 60s. But the NOAA 8 to 14 day temperature outlook does show that those below average temperatures will return, possibly heading into the beginning of November. While we have been dry yesterday and today, it has been rather cloudy. More rain is on the way as a low pressure system moves across the region for Friday and into the weekend and installs across the northeast into the weekend, keeping those rain showers in forecasts. The quantitative precipitation forecast for rain over the next 72 hours shows about a quarter of an inch of rain for most of western New York. Some higher rainfall totals possible across the southern tier and northern Pennsylvania with upwards of a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain over the next 72 hours. Almanac for today made it to a high of 52 degrees yesterday in the city. Our low was 43, and the records for the day 81 set back in 1953. The record low 19 set back in 1974. So future scan over the next 48 hours, cloudy skies tonight. Rain showers will start to arrive across the western portions of the region shortly before midnight and then continue to move across the region through the overnight hours. This will not be widespread heavy rain, but there will be times of moderate rain through the day tomorrow, with otherwise occasional rain showers continuing through the afternoon and into the weekend. Cold front moves through later tomorrow. Temperatures come down over the weekend, and it's once again going to set up those lake effect rain showers heading into the weekend. So here's your forecast for tonight. Cloudy skies again. The light rain showers arrive after midnight. Overnight lows will be a little bit warmer with that cloud cover ranging from upper 40s across inland locations to the mid to upper 50s near the immediate Lake Erie shoreline. Forecast for your Friday tomorrow as we close out another work week. Mostly cloudy skies with occasional rain showers throughout the day. High temperatures will likely occur early on in the day before that cold front moves through. Temperatures will range from the mid to upper 50s, close to 60 during the early half of the day, and then come down through the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours. The rest of that 7-day outlook from Ultimate Solutions. So we're going to keep in this rainy period at least through the weekend, but we should dry out heading into next week. Temperatures back down into the upper 40s for Saturday, lower 40s on Sunday. Look at those overnight lows Sunday and Monday coming down into the lower 30s. It's not out of the question that with those overnight lows drop into the lower 30s on Sunday with any leftover moisture, could see a couple wet snowflakes across the highest hilltops, inland locations Sunday night into Monday, but then high pressure will begin to build in by next week, and that should dry us out starting on Monday through the middle of next week and also warm us up. Temperatures a little chilly on Monday in upper 40s, but we should approach the low to mid 60s by Wednesday and into Thursday, and possibly get a little bit warmer than that by the end of next week.
Andrew, thank you. Well, in a joint effort to combat public corruption, Wayne County District Attorney Michael Carlarco and the New York State Police have successfully prosecuted Eileen Sturries, a former court clerk for the town of Marion, leading to her sentencing. Ms. Sturries, who had been entrusted with a position of public responsibility, found herself facing the consequences of her betrayal of the public's trust. Assistant District Attorney John Ferlicka of Wayne County, I'm just starting that one over. Andrew, thank you. Well, in a joint effort to combat public corruption, Wayne County District Attorney Michael Calarco and the New York State Police have successfully prosecuted Eileen Sturries, a former court clerk for the town of Marion, leading to her sentencing. Ms. Sturries, who had been entrusted with the position of public responsibility, found herself facing the consequences of her betrayal of the public's trust. Assistant District Attorney John Ferlicka of Wayne County emphasized the gravity of Sturries' actions, stating Eileen Sturries abused the trust that had been placed in her by the Marion Town Court. Today, she answered to the people of the state of New York for her crimes of using her court clerk position for personal enrichment. State Police Acting Superintendent Dominic L. Cimento commended the diligent work of those involved in exposing this fraud, saying the sentencing of Ms. Sturries should serve as a reminder that those who choose to abuse their public position will be brought to justice. He further asserted this former court clerk stole money from the court to support her own lifestyle. We will not tolerate this illegal behavior or abuse of power. I applaud the work of the state police members assigned to this case, the state comptroller's office, and the Wayne County District Attorney's office for their dedicated and hard work in exposing this fraud. Eileen Sturries' illicit activities came to light during an audit conducted by Comptroller DiNapoli's office on the Town of Marion Court Fund. Subsequently, a collaborative investigation between DiNapoli's office, Wayne County District Attorney Calarco's office, and the state police unveiled a web of deception. Their findings revealed that from 2016 to 2021, Ms. Sturries pocketed $59,293 in court fees, which had been intended for the court's account, instead of depositing the money as required. She also tampered with court records and fabricated false receipts in an attempt to cover her tracks. On August 16, 2023, Sturries pled guilty to multiple charges, including grand larceny in the second degree, corrupting the government in the second degree, tampering with records in the first degree, and official misconduct. Her sentencing took place in Wayne County Court, where she received a 6-month jail term and was ordered to make restitution exceeding $59,000 for the funds she unlawfully appropriated from the public. Well, coming up next, the Black Cherry Tattoo opens in Jamestown, offering a unique blend of styles.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Black Cherry Tattoo, located at 205 Cherry Street in Jamestown, welcomed its first customers on October 13, 2023, unveiling a unique blend of artistic styles and a diverse range of tattooing expertise. WNY News Now had the privilege to sit down with the shop's co-owners, Daniel May and Ann Tysenko, to delve into the story behind their latest venture. Daniel May, one of the driving forces behind Black Cherry Tattoo, is no stranger to the tattooing world. Originally from Western New York, specifically hailing from just outside the Buffalo area, May has spent over 2 decades perfecting his craft, with a substantial portion of that time dedicated to his shop, Black Ocean Tattoo, in Okinawa, Japan.
I've been kind of tattooing for a while, about 20 years, but I was living overseas in Japan. I have a studio in Okinawa, Japan, and then I started moving back here to visit with family and stuff like that. I was originally from the Western New York area outside of Buffalo.
Can you just tell us what gave you the inspiration for the name The Black Cherry?
Well, we're on Cherry Street, so, and then a little tie off of that too, my studio in Okinawa is Black Ocean tattoo. So, you know, brings a little bit of what I did there to here, and, you know, we kind of like a little bit slightly, not dark evil theme, but just, you know, something different, you know, other than, because, you know, we got the Cherry Lounge down the street, and you don't want to copy and just eat regular cherry, so.
It's from this Okinawan connection that the shop derives its name, Black Cherry Tattoo. May's tattooing style can be described as old school and versatile, a contrast to Ann Tasenko's bold and bright approach. When asked about his influences, May explained that his experience outside of military bases in Okinawa required him to offer a wide selection of styles to cater to servicemen's diverse preferences. He's always been drawn to classical traditional tattooing, but doesn't shy away from bold designs. In addition, his time in Japan allowed May to incorporate Japanese styles into his artwork. May's decision to open Black Cherry Tattoo in Jamestown stemmed from a confluence of personal reasons. My son wanted to finish high school in the U.S., and my mother and sister had moved to the Jamestown area, he shared. He was enticed by the town's charm and the array of outdoor activities it offered, making it an ideal place to establish his new creative hub. In stark contrast, Ann Tasenko thrives on embracing vibrant and eye-catching designs with a particular affinity for cartoon tattoos.
Kind of a little bit on the old school side with tattooing, where when I got into the business, you kind of tattoo a little bit of everything, so I still do carry that, which I do enjoy doing, you know. I'll dive a little bit on the Japanese side or neo-traditional side, and, you know, done a lot of military-based tattooing over the years as well. You know, just being in Okinawa, we are outside of a bunch of military bases.
Absolutely.
Right, so, yeah, I pretty much stick with about everything.
Bold and bright cartoons, baby. The funnier, the better. Bold and bright, all day.
The more complex and detailed the tattoo, the more it piques our artistic interest. Tasenko's passion for bold and bright creations has already garnered attention, drawing clients seeking striking, colorful pieces. The complementary fusion of these two distinct styles is evident within the walls of Black Cherry Tattoo. Customers entering the shop can expect to find a range of artistic choices, from May's timeless classics to Tasenko's vivid animated creations, all under one roof. Incorporating Japanese styles into their artwork, a reflection of May's time in Okinawa, adds an extra layer of depth and diversity to the tattoo offerings at Black Cherry Tattoo. Clients looking for traditional American tattoos, Japanese designs, or anything in between can find a home for their artistic aspirations. Jamestown, a city renowned for its rich cultural heritage and artistic community, serves as the perfect backdrop for this new tattoo shop. Daniel May and Ann Tasenko's decision to make Jamestown their home for Black Cherry Tattoo speaks to the town's allure as a hub for creativity and self-expression. As Black Cherry Tattoo opens its doors to the Jamestown community, it not only offers a space for artistic expression, but also adds to the vibrant tapestry of businesses that call Cherry Street home. The fusion of old school and bold, bright tattooing styles creates a unique experience for customers, ensuring that the shop is poised to become a valuable addition to Jamestown's cultural landscape. With Black Cherry Tattoo's combination of styles and influences, it has the potential to attract a wide and diverse clientele, cementing its place in the local tattoo scene. As Jamestown continues to evolve as a hub for art and culture, Black Cherry Tattoo's arrival adds a fresh layer of creativity to the city's tapestry, offering something for everyone who seeks to adorn their skin with meaningful and beautifully executed art. The grand opening of Black Cherry Tattoo has piqued the curiosity of many in Jamestown, and as word spreads about the unique blend of styles within its walls, is likely to become a destination for those seeking high-quality, diverse tattoo work. The shop's founders, Daniel May and Ann Tasenko, have embraced their differences and crafted a space where traditional meets contemporary, and where the vibrant colors of one artist harmoniously coexist with the timeless black ink of another. Black Cherry Tattoo has arrived, and its future in Jamestown looks promising. Well, that's going to be it for us today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.